The blowback of the Devin Haney-Lomachenko fight has been bigger than the build-up to the fight itself. With Haney winning a controversial decision to say the least, fans of the sport and even members of the media have expressed their outrage towards the unanimous decision victory for Haney. With two scores of 115 to 113 seeming reasonable, but the 116 to 112 score drawing the ire of fans everywhere, was this result in fact a robbery? And what did we learn from the outcome? For starters, reports of a suggested Lomachenko decline were definitely exaggerated. Even those who feel the fight was a robbery will admit Haney fought a disciplined, well-structured game plan. A physically imposing lightweight, Haney pressured Loma from the start, and he handled it well with his still dazzling footwork and ring IQ. There are still a few top-level fights in store for the Matrix. Number 2, Haney may need to move up. While weighing in, Haney looked drawn. Despite the push of Loma, Haney's face and body looked dry, and he admittedly said that he continues to struggle to make weight. Regardless of how you may have scored the fight, most people agree that the majority of the rounds won by Lomachenko came later in the fight. While Loma is known for coming on strong late in fights, Haney on the other hand has repeatedly looked spent in the later rounds after gaining an early lead. This is almost surely due to the weight cut on his almost 5'10" frame. While he survived Loma's late onslaught, a more youthful Shakur Stevenson or more powerful punching Tank Davis could capitalize on late fight fatigue where a smaller Loma couldn't. Number 3. Each round is 3 minutes, and they're all equal. Unless it's a 10-8, of course. Many of the fans who are incensed saw Lomachenko throw flashy combinations in small pockets of the round, while Haney's punches were more methodical, including the ones to the body. Haney also won a lot of early rounds, which are easily forgotten if they are uneventful. Number 4. Outrage over a scorecard doesn't equal a robbery. Oftentimes in a big bout, expectations and odds are set prior to the opening bell, and when things don't go according to plan, or when there's a sentimental favorite who comes out on the short end of the stick, supercharged fan bases can speak out of emotion. Normally a robbery occurs when one fighter clearly wins 8 rounds or more and loses a decision. As there were many swing rounds in this fight, it could have gone either way. We can agree, however, that Dave Moretti's 116 to 112 is a bit far-fetched not only for Haney, but even for Loma. And finally, number 5. Boxing is in a good place. Although controversial decisions can leave a sour taste in fans' mouths, they create discussion that brings attention to the sport, shines a light on judges which can sift out the bad ones, and can also lead to rematches where there's a definitive winner. Also, the lightweight division is perhaps the most star-studded in boxing right now, reminiscent of boxing's heyday in the 80s, which featured the 4 kings of Hagler, Hearns, Leonard, and Duran. With Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis, and Loma filling those roles, there's a great possibility that we may see more matchups to prove who is the best once and for all. Overall, despite the dissatisfaction of the decision, optimism remains that good can come out of this in the form of great fights, which is the number one reason we watch the sport to begin with.